If you ever wonder, should you get a points credit card or a cashback credit card, this is going to be the video for you. Because I'm going to make the case that I think is like low-key an obvious case to me that points credit cards are always going to be better than cashback credit cards. Now, the foundation of this argument is going to be because points are more flexible, and also banks are going to tend to give you more points or more value for your points than they are going to give you value in your cashback. Now, cashback is going to be more simpler, which I made a video on this before, that if you are not into credit cards and you're a beginner and you want to stay that way, cashback is going to be better because points are going to be more complicated. But the reason why points are complicated is because they have a lot of flexibility and ways to use them and ways to earn them. So like I said, if you're a beginner, you want to stay that way, cashback is going to be better. Cashback is simpler. But points are going to be more flexible, have more upside potential. They have compound effect in how you can use them, using them with other cards and stuff like that. And then they also are going to be the cards that have synergy with the premium cards in their card family. So think, Chase Freedom cards, synergy with the Chase Sapphire cards. Think Chase think Amex BBP Blue Business Plus cards with the Amex Gold Platinum cards. That type of synergy. Cashback cards do not have that synergy. The Amex Blue Cash Everyday card is not going to be synergized with the Gold card or the Platinum card. And Amex, that's the thing as well, is that you got to remember is that there aren't really premium cashback credit cards when you think about it. Or low key, or actually no, there aren't. Even I was gonna think like, Platinum card, Gold card, all these cards, the Sapphire cards, all those credit cards that are luxury cards, all earn points per spend. When you talk about the Gold Amex card earning, 4%, it actually earns points, so it's not percentage. All these cards earn points that are luxury cards. So if you are into credit cards, even just have a couple of credit cards, you got to think, hey, maybe one day I'm going to get a Venture X, or I have a Venture X, to travel even once a year, twice a year. You get a Venture X, you get a City Strata Elite, or, whatever that city, luxury card is, the top city card. You get a Sapphire Reserve or even Sapphire Preferred. When you get these higher tier cards, you got to think, what are those cards getting? They're only going to earn points. They're going to be 2x, 3x, 4x points. Platinum card earns points. So then, for example, if you're with Amex, you want a Amex BBP, which is a business card, so it's going to have caveats with that. But synergy is going to be important, because now if you have a BBP with a Platinum card, now you're earning points all the way around. And the BBP, I believe, is 2% on everything, or 2 points per dollar spent. And you obviously put that in conjunction, synergize with the Platinum card for other categories, and then you're gonna obviously have the maximum amount of points you can use, or the maximum amount of points that you can earn. So you got to think about it like that. That's one of the best reasons. Cashback is not gonna have synergy with any other card. If you have, a City Double Cash and it's 2% on everything, which is, one of the best rates, or even, 5% on rotating categories, Discover, Chase cards, you can't put that with any other card in the same family. Now, the best you can kind of think about it is I'll give you the best case scenario. Best case scenario for a cashback setup, is you get a 2% cashback on everything card. You get 5%, Freedom Flex. You get a 5% on rotating categories, Discover card. And now you try to throw your 5% on this category, another 5% on this category, and then your 2% on everything. Now, the thing is, the categories are rotating. You're not going to be able to, there are going to be restrictions with that, you know? So that would be the best case. But now here's the thing that you got to remember with that is that you got cash back on all separate, you have cash back on 3 different accounts. You're not going to be able to get all that cash back into one account. You're going to have cash back on your Discover account, your cash back on your Freedom Chase account, and then your cash back on your City account. So there's no synergy. Whereas with points, there's complete synergy with pretty much all the major banks, whether it be B of A, Citi, Capital One, Amex, Chase. You can always get their luxury card that's gonna earn points, and then get a lower tier card that earns points as well, and not have that complete synergy. So that's one of the most important things to remember. Now, upside potential. This is another part of it, is that with points, you can have your ability with transfer partners to get more value for the points than you do with cashback. Because with cashback, okay, it's 1%, it's 2%. Whereas with points, it's gonna be, okay, this card usually earns 1 cent per point per dollar. But with transfer partners, that rate goes up by a lot more. You know, so for example, I'll give you an example. I have the Amex Platinum card. I earn Amex MR points. Now, those are usually going to be, 1 cent per point. This is a general, kind of translation for point values. If you use that, I have the ability to transfer that, for example, to Hilton. So transferring it to Hilton, instead of that usual rate, it's gonna be double. So right now, I'm not even sure if it's a promotion or not, but I can get double the points of my Amex. Like if I were to book a Hilton hotel, with MR points, it's gonna be a even translation, right? But if I transfer those points to Hilton, they literally have double the value. Literally double the value. So $50 becomes $100, $500 becomes $1,000. That's how it is, because you're transferring the points. And they have the same thing with other with airlines and stuff like that, the Amex partners, right? And every bank is going to be different. So this is why cashback is going to always be better than, why points is always going to be better than cashback. Because like I said, flexibility and the synergy with other cards, those are going to be the top 2 reasons. Like I said, if you're a beginner, stick with cashback. It is simpler. But if you have a little bit of desire to kind of, work with yourself and try stuff out with points and learn a little bit, points are always going to be better, because you have a lot more flexibility and a lot more you can do with them. And you got to think, this is how the bank thinks. The bank is going to think, if we're going to give you straight up cash back for your spend, we're not going to give you a ton of points. But hey, if we're gonna give you these points, and we put this arbitrary value on them, and we have, partners, we have a vested interest in us, and vice versa, this mutual vested interest in each other, we can do stuff like I said with the Hilton, where, okay, you transfer your points to Hilton, basically almost guaranteeing you're going to be buying and doing business with Hilton. We're gonna give you some extra money / extra value. So you got to think about it like that. At the end of the day, you always got to think about it from the bank's perspective. Like, it's a very simple way to kind of get why this is the truth. But if you found good value from this video, man, I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.